That cracking of the beer can only mean one thing. Hello, Buzz Thunder.
Hey, how's it going, man?
It is going pretty good. We have a nice little matchup here tonight. I'm not exactly sure what's going on because my timer is glitching out, but Digshake, he sort of played this game once before, versus
Yeah.
somebody who's no stranger to randomizers himself, Mr. JackimusWedge.
Yeah, it should be a pretty good matchup. Jackimus kind of had a controversial exit to last tournament, maybe, if you remember that correctly. But he still got close to the end. I think that was the semifinals or something like that.
Yeah, it was very close to the end, and excuse me, I'm trying to fix my levels here, but he is very good at the games he plays, and he should give Digshake a run for his money here, because this is one of the more, I would say, marquee matchups of the first round. You don't want to really face somebody you could see at the end of the tournament in round number one. It means somebody's going to be 0-1, but that's the case here.
Yeah, certainly. That's what's interesting about these Swiss flags is that you got matchups like this putting one of these guys in the losers bracket, but same thing. Joshy D is a guy in the winners bracket too, so it goes either way.
I'm not sure what you mean by that.
Yeah, you know,
But this should be a good one. With any advanced, let's see, any clairvoyant messages you've been getting throughout the day, that something you wanted to see in the seed or something you feel like's definitely going to happen? Because we've had a lot of
um,
seeds where Dark Link has been right after Thunderbird.
yeah, definitely. Well, I mean, I just did my practice run earlier. I would like to see something like that as far as 100% everything's in the last place you look. And same thing with Great Palace. You got to go through pretty much every single room. You find all the dead ends, and I 100% cleared everything. I'm really hoping for a recorder or flute block, but I mean, that's few and far between.
Yeah, and we definitely don't want to see a Bagu required seed because we've had enough of them.
How many have we had? Just
It doesn't
one?
matter. We have one too many.
Yeah, one is one too many.
I gave
Certainly.
I gave both the runners the go ahead. So as soon as they're back from the bathroom, the smokes or whatever they're doing, they can start. It's on them. I mean, scheduled race time is 11:59, and we're about 8 minutes away from that. But certainly, these two are no strangers to going fast and wanting to go as soon as possible. So on them.
So I'm just trying to get my multi-twitch set up here.
Yeah, no problem. We do have to switch over to the other thing one day. I'll send you the information about it later on.
Okay. JackimusWedge. Is that a Star Wars reference?
I think it is. I think it's a Pokemon, actually. We have a second race coming up after this. Choke Me I Like It versus Link Sevens.
That's true. Stay tuned, ladies and gentlemen. You're going to get a double dose of Zelda 2 Randomizer, and it's going to be great. That should be a fun one as well. I mean, I'm pulling for choke for sure. A couple of the members of the SHI tournament,
The Summertime Hot Invitational Tournament.
summertime hot. Yes.
Yeah, Digshake made that one up. Can you tell?
I thought it was you.
Walter Fop. No, it was Digshake.
Oh, it was Digshake. Okay,
Yeah.
that's fine.
He put it in there
I
as a
like it.
placeholder, and I won't take it out.
Very good. Yeah, that's a
He's got to live
that's
with
a
his mistakes,
accurate
man.
punishment.
He wants to try to be funny. He's got to be funny, or it's forever on the record.
He's
Are you,
trying to be funny in chat right now.
are you a little upset he's not wearing the F My C t-shirt?
Uh, now that you mention it, I actually am.
I would be.
Also, he doesn't have a hat on.
Did he sleep in the F My C t-shirt in at SGDQ?
He claimed that he brought it, but I did not see it. So,
Did you go through his bag when he wasn't there?
Uh, no comment.
Okay.
Oh, of
Oh, there
course.
it
There we
is.
go. Well, now I have to root for Digshake. I don't know. I couldn't decide whether I wanted to go back to hating Digshake or not, but I think I'm gonna have to be a fan of him, especially if he puts on a hat when I mention it.
It's an easy decision. If he's not around, make fun of him. If he's around, suck up. That's what I've
Yeah.
been doing for 3 months.
He was pretty close to leaving that hat at my house, but I think he like really knew the kind of things like that I would be streaming in it like every day. So he made sure to get it back before he left. So I've seen it in person.
Yeah, I didn't think it existed.
No, it's real.
Was there a Link 7's post-it note on the
I
back
was
of it?
gonna say that. Yeah, it was stuck. It was stuck in like the little, seam flap underneath.
Aren't inside jokes great?
Oh, they are. Chat's crazy right now. Everybody loves it.
I mean, you got the
Oh
Link
man,
7's post-it note reference, the hat, and the list goes on and on.
the list goes on and on. I tell you what. Yeah, good stuff. All right, so Larry, I'm gonna try to watch just Digshake and see if that actually works as far as knowing what happens, so that we don't get lost in this whole thing.
Well, the problem with that is me going back and forth between the tracker. I'm not going to be able to just focus on Jack,
Okay.
so I might need the spot.
Okay. I guess I can abandon that as well.
It's hard. It's hard to do. I mean,
Yeah, I just remember there's always
it's always
oh
something.
man, what is going on here? We should be BBFFs for our Bubble Bobble time. In case nobody noticed or heard, Digshake and I are number 4 in the world at Bubble Bobble 2-player at 80%.
Is that true?
That is true.
That is awesome. The runners have given their dot ready, and they're almost going to be on their way. I like how Jackimus calls Digshake an anal bag on his thing. It's pretty funny.
Yeah, that's not bad.
No, not at all.
Did you have something hilarious for yours? Your race?
Yeah, Walt Fop.
Oh, okay. Never mind. I did see that actually. And it looks as though we're off. Both players choosing to go left. So this is Zelda 2 Randomizer, huh?
Yeah, why don't you go ahead and give us some of these features on these opening round Swiss flags?
Do we still do that?
Yeah, I guess we do.
Okay, perfect. Well, in Swiss flags, you got the overworld randomized. Your palaces can be randomized. 7 is also shuffled, as far as you get 3 in the west and 4 in the east. P bags are not included in the item shuffle, so you're going to have 6 overworld caves that, well, not 5 caves that have an item, and a grass tile in the western continent, as well as your 4 towns, 2 entrances to Death Mountain.
And right away, we see that one of those palaces is Palace 4. Digshake's made good use of a nut knuckle there to get an attack level and a life level and the fairy spell in Saria for Jackimus.
Wow. That's a very good early find.
Yes, and Digshake will be right behind getting that for sure.
So keys are most likely not going to be a problem unless fairy is horribly expensive. Going into palaces, not a concern at all. You can just jump right in as soon as you got that fairy spell.
So the one thing
Digshake actually finding Raru, so we'll see what's in there.
So the one thing I always contemplate when I'm running this is, what am I finding easy versus my opponent's skill level, and what do I want to have a little bit tricky? Heart container and the grass tile for Jackimus. And one of the things is you don't really want fairy easily accessible. You want to be the one that arrives on the item.
Wow.
Reflect in Raru. You want to be the one who arrives on the spell item. That, it gives you that advantage, and somebody may not check where that spell item is. But if everyone gets equal footing, I feel like I'm a little bit behind right to start.
Yeah, I mean, it is really hard to say. I mean, normally early on, you're going to find the same things. Maybe one guy will go clockwise, the other guy will go counterclockwise around the map, or somebody will dive into a cave. It's going to be rare that we're going to see somebody starting off going into Death Mountain to try to get an item out of there to give yourself an advantage. That would be a strategy to do if you thought that you were outmatched, for sure. But normally it's just going to be everybody will be getting items like we're seeing right here, a little bit in a different order as Digshake picks up the heart container at a trophy cave.
Which Jack picked up a couple seconds prior to that. And Jack now finds Palace 4. So both players have seen Palace 4.
So Jackimus is most well known in this community. A lot of people will say Jackimus strats, which basically means you just take your levels as they come. Most people will prioritize attack and try to utilize your gems to maximize that, but Jackimus normally, from what I've seen, he just takes them. You get a level, you just hit start. You don't even have to think about it.
He will differ a little bit. Like he passed up magic there to take attack, but when it comes down to the gem, this guy is not going to turn right around and get the 200 XP required to get to the next level, for sure. Got reflect for both runners now. I gotta mark that.
Digshake checking to see which palace it is, and that is Palace 2.
So 2 on the west, and Digshake has not gone into Saria, huh?
No, doesn't have that ferry. If he did, he probably would have went into 2 and cleared it when he found it. Because I'm trying to learn from Digshake and see what he does, because he's pretty good at this. He's slightly faster than everybody else.
And as you say that, he does take a death.
Well, I mean, we're all going to take deaths.
We've got some
decent
in this
farming
scene.
spot.
Yeah.
I mean, a little bit hairy in there, but 150 for the orange die ride, and see what the red is worth.
100.
We'll see right here. Yeah. So yeah, early on, 250 per encounter. I would probably jump in there just once or twice just to get up to attack 3 immediately.
Ah, but Digshake wouldn't do that.
No, Digshake wouldn't. I mean, I mean, I'm trying to do it, but it's hard to pass up that kind of an opportunity. Oh, here's a new cave.
Yeah, Magic Container Cave. We'll find an item here. And new to this tournament that wasn't in last tournament, forgive me if I'm double talking on your initial argument here, your initial opening monologue here, is that the P-Bag Caves for these flag sets we're running in this tournament are in play. The 1 P-Bag Cave in the west, the 2 in the east can now contain items. And since they have an inclusion, there's going to be 3 lesser items available, whether it's P-Bags, 1-Ups, or red jars, whatever shuffles into the mix. The P-Bags could be 500-point P-Bags. They can be very helpful early on. You can get a 50-point P-Bag later on, though, if it shuffles the wrong way. So kind of like a zonk, whammy kind of prize for you as you're trying to find the items you need. But it's a lot more fun to explore in a little bit more areas. Would you agree?
Yeah, I definitely like it, the fact that there's more things mixed up and more places you have to go and look. But another thing on top of that is putting that in. The other difference in this is that there used to be restrictions on where items could be and where they can't be. So now with those P-Bags shuffled in, you can find a 1-Up in a palace, but also the glove can be in 3 or 6, where before that wasn't the case.
Did you see where Jackimus got his 7th heart container from?
He just got that in Palace 4.
Okay.
Item in Palace 4, and it was very early. It seemed like it was the first or second room. Digshake stumbled in there and ran away. Okay, so we see the other palace in the east from the
5.
From the sprite. We know that is going to be Palace 5. Mm-hmm. So 2, 5, and 4.
And confirm that Digshake does not have fairy.
It looked like he got it right away too. He just must have, like I said, going clockwise or counterclockwise the wrong direction. Where in this case, it's slowing Digshake down a little bit because he probably would have been done with 2 already.
And here's Heart Container Cave. I don't know Digshake to jump into palaces before he's explored all the very easily accessible item areas first. So especially 2 with just Fairy, when a glove could be in Heart Container Cave and then he'd have to come back out, get it, and then go back in. Maybe not, but then we see he's got the boots here. So this is going to open up a few more options for him if he does not find the glove.
Yeah, boots always a good find, especially early, just because of easier navigation. Can speed up the way you go and also increase the places that you can go. As you see him just walk right through there. Also avoiding encounters too, standing on the water for a second or 2. Those guys won't pop up.
Jack has to take a death there to refill his magic to cast Reflect, because it takes almost all of it, if not all of it. I didn't see if it was 63 or 64.
Yeah, it looks like it was either one of those, 63 or 64, but makes very short work, under 10 minutes being getting the item and the boss here out of 4, and it should be. We'll see if Karok is good experience, and see how Jackimus does his leveling up.
Well, he took the 200, 500 point P-Bag Cave and P-Bag Cave. We'll call that the candle.
Yep, as we talk about the P-Bag caves having different things, in this case,
so Jack was able to take the magic level up at Karok's XP, and then was able to take attack at the gem, so he got a 2-for there.
Yeah, that worked out about perfect for him, especially early on. That's really where you want to be starting out, well, at least what I try to get to, 3-4 for your magic in life, and then you want to be at 3 or 4 on your attack level. But under 10 minutes, done with good levels and done with a palace. So I would say an early lead here for Jackimus.
So Digshake finds Rudo, Mito, and the back end of Saria, so we've just not seen the front end of Saria on Digshake's side. He was contemplating that P-bag before he took it. I don't know if that was... why is it this item, or should I take it? How am I going to utilize it? But he seems a little bit confused. Maybe he's looking for Saria.
Yeah, that's another backtracking thing that I'll say, as far as, finding Mito and not being able to get downstab. But if he did find Saria earlier, he doesn't have to go all the way back there. I mean, these are just little things, but they can add up over the duration of a seed.
Jackimus is exploring Death Mountain. Digshake finds the last of the item caves on the continental western continent. This is Medicine Cave.
Probably going to be the raft.
It is a magic container, magic jar. Now we have the possibility of the raft being in 5, raft being in 2, raft being in Death Mountain. I guess that is not a possibility. It is in one of those locations.
Yeah, well, a little, not terribly rare, really, but just from the odds and the way that how items are spawned, you're normally going to find a raft in one of those early caves. But it's always fun when you have to go digging for it.
Digshake with the boots, though, if it is in Death Mountain, or if he finds a way into Death Mountain, he could probably utilize the boots to explore more of it than Jackimus could and did. Jackimus did find Spectacle Rock, Monocle Rock, whatever you want to call it, and then up-aid and went back in and found the P-Bag Cave for his 500-point P-Bag as Digshake up-A's. Which one would you go into first, Buzz? I have a feeling the answer is 2, but let me just finish the question. Palace 2, Palace 5, or Death Mountain? Looking for the raft.
Yeah, definitely 2. 2 smaller, well, not small, relatively small. Death Mountain, easy to get lost in. If I found Death Mountain, I would check the caves, if I knew it was close by, just the immediate ones. But 2's the way to go. for sure. Just because you can clear out the palace at the same time, and then you just never have to come back there. So there is a glove block in 2, but a lot of the times you can get out of there without having to have the glove. And that's just a little extra time save. Once you find a palace, if you can just get in there and get out, you just never have to come back.
With Fairy, Jackimus gets down south when he finds Mito. He finally found Saria. Digshake. He's going to pick up Fairy. Now, he didn't necessarily lose time by not finding Fairy. He's explored more of the overworld than Jackimus, but I guess he did, because Jackimus then placed the gem in 4.
Yeah, it just kind of changed his ability to do things when he was there at the time. So lost him a little bit, but not really a lot, because he does have that full clear of all the items in the overworld, all the immediate items.
It's really right now boots for Digshake versus gem for Jackimus. Both have explored about as much as you can of the overworld. Digshake knows, though, that the raft is somewhere not in the overworld. I believe Jackimus still has the possibility of it being in Heart Container Cave or Magic Cave. Magic Container Cave, Magic Jar Cave, whatever you want to call it. Digshake's going to try 4 first, because he has Reflect, so he might as well do a 2-fer. Look for the item and place the gem.
Yep, that's the same thing with his strategies and philosophies. If you have the ability to get through that palace, there's no reason to come back later. You might as well just go ahead and do it while you're there. And that one is right next to start, so I think that's just where he's going.
He dies in the first room trying to take out a Doom Knocker, so he up-A's just to get his life back. His life is going to be very valuable here. Jackimus is in Heart Container Cave now, because he might have to refill his health, take an intentional death to get magic back to Fairy through a door. He doesn't know if he does or not.
Yeah, also highly likely that you'll have to do that to fight Karok as well, so...
Jack has now picked up the boots and the Heart Container for Digshake, and Digshake's going to move on. No, he wants this raft.
Yeah.
He wants this raft, and he's going to come back here maybe when he has the magic key, or when he... I mean, he's got magic 3. I don't know how high he's going to be with magic for the rest of the seed until Great Palace. So, I don't know why he wouldn't just finish it. What would you think?
I'm a little surprised he didn't clear that out as well. I'm not really sure the reasoning behind it. I mean, I understand you want to get raft, but his philosophy is no backtracking. You know, even how little it is. That might have something to do with it, as far as the item being in the first room and the palace being right next to the northern castle. And he's like, well, on my way out of there, I can always stop by there, and it's not really out of your way, I guess.
Yeah, he's got to come back for 2 and possibly 5 later, so...
Yeah, I mean, you're always going to have 1 or 2 up-A's. Well, I don't know, actually. The way that this is laid out here, you have 2, 4, 5. You could probably get all of those cleared before you even sail east, and then there's no need to come back at all, which is ideal if you want to beat a seed quickly.
Yeah, you won't be glove blocked in 4 or 5, and 2 we've seen 2 done plenty of times, because there's only 1 room that can block you in there. You can normally get to the item and the helmet head. Without it, Jack's finally in the last of the caves here. Actually, no, not the last of the caves. He also did not get the magic container out of Magic Container Cave. So this is one of 2 caves he has not seen.
Yep, he got the P bag. He got Heart Container. He's in Medicine. So yeah, just the Magic Container. The Reset Cave is what I'm going to start calling it.
Simultaneous
if you've ever
up-A's.
watched an all key. Yeah.
What do you call this?
Are we going with the old terminology, or we have something new?
We're going with our terminology.
Oh, well, that's called a virtual spoon.
There you go.
I didn't know if you had something better, because
No, I don't come up with good stuff.
I came up with like
That's
2
about
things,
as good as I get.
but nobody wanted to use them. So
Straw Poll voted against a few of them.
yeah, I know. That's the way it goes. I'm still gonna say it though.
It's like a less filling tastes great situation we might create here. Twitter #war. That's all I got.
We have Jackimus diving into Palace 2 and going left because we want that raft. And in Palace 2, the item you will enter from the left.
So two possible scenarios.
Palaces 1, 2, and 5.
Two possible outcomes here are the raft is either in 2, 5, or Hammer Cave. I guess that's 3 outcomes, but 2 different scenarios. 2, 5, or Hammer Cave in Death Mountain. Or the raft is in the rock in Death Mountain, and then the hammer is either in 2, 5, or Hammer Cave.
Yeah, I believe that's all the possibilities that we can possibly go. As Jackimus takes a little bath there.
Oh, he's going to do it again. He saves it with Fairy, and he's going to get through the other side.
Yeah, it doesn't matter how many times you've done that room. Bots are always a threat.
Now, does he have a key to do this? Oh, no, he's going to take his magic refill. Take a magic level here. Just to ferry through the door.
That dripper with the blue iron knuckles, I didn't see how much they are, but that's another one of our new features in this. Oh, there's the hammer, so that's he knows where the rock is too. I believe he's going into Death Mountain.
He definitely does, and he did have a key, so that magic level he took was under his own volition and not because of the situation. But as you said, Jackimus strats, take every level as you get them.
Yeah, that was about perfect for that situation as far as having a... Oh, never mind, you said he did have a key.
He did have a key, yeah. Digshake looks a little bewildered here. I don't know what exactly he's looking for. He found 5. I think he wants to try to get back to 2. And he doesn't quite know how to get there.
That was the very first thing he found. Yeah, I was watching Jackimus, so I didn't really see what his path on the overworld was.
I just saw his hand, his free hand on his head. Not knowing what he's doing. Jack's going through here. He's going to grab the key. Big bad blue iron knuckle in the way, though.
That is a bad sign, though, finding another one of these dead ends in 2, because that just increases your chances of being glove blocked from Helmet Head.
Yeah, because there's 3 possible right-hand turn outcomes, and 2 of them are key blocks. One of them is Helmet Head, and then you do run the risk, like you said, of having that room with the glove block room in between any of them, or all of them. Depends on how it's laid out.
Yeah, it's just 2 is easy to go in early like that, just because the odds are in your favor. There's a lot of different directions and places where that glove lock can be that you can normally can get one or the other, mostly both boss and item without running into that room.
As Madagascar Dave likes to point out, normally Palace 2 does have more rooms than Palace 3, though. So it can get a little bit long and a little bit windy, even trying to arrive at the things you want, and you can lose a lot of time if it isn't what you want.
Let's see, Jackimus found another right turn as Digshake picks up the hammer. So we're going to probably see Digshake take a very similar path to what Jackimus did, find that little key dead end, and then probably follow right along behind him. Ouch. And that's another bad sign as Jackimus finds the other the key dead end for a right turn. And from everything that he's seen there, I believe that guarantees Helmet Head to be glove blocked.
Did he find the left-hand turn dead end? The one with the key?
No, that's true. There was that one other...
Yeah, I don't know if he took all the elevators that went left. There's probably... I think there's a little bit of a chance, a small chance. There could be 2 left-hand paths. One blocked and one leading leading down and around. But
yeah, I think it can split, and then if that glove room is stuck over in that direction, you might not even have to go through it.
But both players have seen enough to know that they're going to just up an A because they'll come back later. They need this raft to progress. This palace will always be there.
I expect both players to go into Death Mountain.
Death Mountain.
Especially because of the hammer find.
Yeah, Death Mountain over 5.
Now Jackimus knew where the rock is. Oh, it's right there. It's right at the entrance. Digshake's getting it right now.
And Jackimus did have a... Oh, boy. Magic container in Spectacle Rock, Monocle Rock, whatever you want to call it. 5 or Hammer Cave?
Yeah, we're running out of options. That's what we have.
Is that called a red herring? When you get the hammer and you're like, all right, well, I guess maybe the game's telling me something here.
Kind of.
Is it a white whale? I don't know what the terminology is. Somebody tell me what the color in the animal is, please.
You could use a red herring. That's fine. Red herring is something that is distracting or misleading.
Like Digshake's hat.
Yeah, we can go with that. You might have to explain to me what that means.
I'll excavate those comments later. But we're looking for Hammer Cave.
Oh, wow. I forgot about that one.
Jackimus has gone through this Death Mountain quite a bit.
Yeah, he spent a minute or two in there at the beginning.
Yeah, he knew where this was, though, and he arrives there, and, well, it takes the encounter on top of that desert tile underneath the boulder, so he's going to have to do it again.
Oh, that's a little rare.
There's old Buzz's ex-wives lined up under Death Mountain.
That's right. All 3 of them.
So no raft, and each player is going to have 7 heart containers, 7 magic containers.
Yeah, that's I'd say that's I don't think I've seen that before.
A lot of major items are going to be backloaded.
Yeah, that's the beauty of the randomizer, though. Seeds like this have the, it just seems like they were designed, but they're all just scrambled. So yeah, don't get dizzy, ladies and gentlemen. Everybody's just going to be keep ducking in and out of caves here. It's going to be a little bit hard to follow.
Well, lucky for them, they have the boots, so they're going to be able to access a lot more than they did 20 minutes ago if they tried to do this. Jackimus probably would have liked to have the boots the first time around, but he does find Hammer Cave.
Okay, so it looks like it was stuck over there in the northeastern corner with a northern entrance. I think Digshake is very close to coming right in there. Yeah, you can walk around here. Yep, there. Digshake's about to find it too.
50-50 chance here, guys, between the raft and probably what's going to be a little digger. What do you guys think?
We can only hope that they have to go into 5 early to look for the raft.
I mean, with 7 magic containers, 7 heart containers, and Jackimus at 445, can we even really consider that, like, quote unquote early? I mean, it's not like
I guess not. They are pretty buff for this point as far as finding all those extra heart containers. Not a lot of spells for survivability, but you can get 2 casts of fairy. You can get through the key doors.
Oh, there it is.
And it is the raft.
I was going to say, Jack casting fairy there was the kiss of death that it was going to be a pea bag. But it was the raft. So now both players are going to go over to the east as quickly as possible and do all the things over there. Meanwhile, the glove is probably in 5.
So yeah, I mean, pretty even here except for that 1 gem lead. Because they both found the raft and are sailing right at the same time, but Jackimus does have 4 completed.
waking up to find new Kasuto, and since both players have 7 magic containers, that's the maximum you can be asked for.
Yep, the old lady will definitely let you in if you get 7.
Picks up the Marble Rye.
Wow.
50-point P-Bag. Digshake will be on the way to this. No spell, but they can get it in this town and then erect the tower at the end of it. See if we can get another item. Let's be on the lookout here.
50 P-Bag is just so insulting. Slap in the face. And in Parappa the Rapper Desert, use this magic to survive. That is the shield spell.
Cast spell block. I liked it. I don't care.
What'd you say?
I said cast spell block. Cast spell block. Come on, dude. Did you forget the game already? Whatever. I'm not doing this with you right now.
Oh, kick block. Yeah, okay, I got you.
No, I said cast, though. I made it...
No, I got you. I got you.
I'll fight
It just
you.
took me a second. I apologize.
Well, the
We
file-
haven't commentated together in a long time, so I apologize for our lack of collaboration. Larry is the Antonio Esfandiari of the Zelda 2 Randomizer.
I even do the wave thing with my hands when people pick up the spell item. What do we got here on Jackimus's side? This is one of your favorite towns.
Yeah, this is Thirsty Broad, ladies and gentlemen. Thirsty Broad is making her appearance. Just give her some water and she'll let you into her basement to hang out with her grandfather that gives you a spell.
I believe she has a backstory as well.
Oh, geez, I don't even remember her backstory. Well, that's a good thing to find. We have thunder in the town of Nibiru, which is something that you need to cast to take out Thunderbird. And Digshake quenching the Thirsty Broad right behind Jackimus. Is her backstory, by the way.
Bagu's ex-wife, something about trophy, blah, 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 geocities.com/members/buzzthunder.html index.
She's actually not part of it. She has a different story.
Oh, it's the trophy lady that has the story?
Yeah. I mean, we can get into that later, but...
Well, let's do that during the Choke versus Link match so we don't give away all of our good stories in one time.
that sounds good.
And then so Choke doesn't hear it. No jump spell here. Jackimus is going to ferry over, but the only possible outcome there was going to be picking up a little digger, because everything else would have been a P-Bag. Maybe a red jar. But
Yeah,
certainly
either way, you're most likely not going to get it. Wow, look at this. We have simultaneous P-bag caving.
Synchronized P-Bagging. Yeah, that was basically
Yeah.
what I was about to say.
Synchronized P-bagging. It sounds pretty good, actually.
It's a race to the item. It's like an XFL kickoff. Who's going to get the football first? Which one's going to break his collarbone? Wow.
Oh, man, Digshake gets sacked.
Another magic jar.
Wow. Well, both of our runners in a second here now have a full complement of magic jars, a total of 8, which is 128 castable points. That's a hell of a lot.
So we need to open this.
Randomizer, it's rare that you see all 8.
We need to open this question up to the chat. Where do you guys want to see the glove? And what, if anything, do you want to see blocking the glove? Give us your best and worst chain of events for that to happen. And we'll see who gets closest. Me, I'm just going to say it's going to be right in the next P-Bag cave.
It's probably going to be in Maze Island. But you never know.
We have
I always like when something it's gonna be flute blocked. The flute's buried in 6 somewhere. That's what I want to see.
Speaking of 6, we may have Jackimus in 6 right now because I think that's the one with the. Maybe not.
I still don't know the difference on the rooms in there unless you find one that's completely specific to the palace.
Well, I saw a key, and that must mean this is 3. But no, because that's a pea bag on top of that perch with the locked door. So this is 6. It was a key, but in normal, everyday Zelda, that should be a pea bag, I believe.
And they don't have that in 3?
I don't think so. This is 3? Okay, thanks, Dark Magician. Digshake goes through Digshake Desert and finds Maze Island.
Digshake Desert. And we'll get a look at our first Maze Island items.
Yeah, confirming it is.
It's a Diggleberry.
I can't help but laugh when I see players in races I am not racing in pick up a 1-up in an item room when they're frantically searching for good items.
Yeah, it's just a good slap in the face. That's what the randomizer does. Like, sometimes it will kick you when you're down. And I mean, if you play this and you have an appreciation for it, like even if you're looking for something like that, you still have to be just like, wow, good job, game. Thank you for that. It's almost like it has a sense of humor.
Yeah,
kind of like that BGT Joshy D race where that's all they were getting.
I mean, you could have just done the first part of that sentence and it would have been equally as relevant.
That's true.
Digshake going for fairy feet, but little did he know he patched that out of 3.06 or 7. Whatever it is. And I only say that because I can't do it anymore. So it has to be true. And quick Rebanek. For Jack, did we not see the item in 3? Is he banging out a 3 without looking at the item? He might be.
Yeah, honestly, I looked away and he was just done. So I don't think he got the item.
He might have been in one of the right-hand paths where you turn back to go down an elevator. He might have stumbled upon one glove block, and that might have been good enough for him.
I mean, 3 is always a good place to keep looking, but yeah, you're most likely going to be glove blocked away from something in there, and there are a lot more readily available items that you could check first. So, still waiting on what the second Maze Island item is.
It must be over here somewhere, because Digshake has pretty much found every other encounter on Maze Island, and there it is. Wow.
Wow. We have a pea bag in the normal magic container spot.
If you said glove in Maze Island, you lost.
Yeah, I think that was me.
A little Warner Wolf for you. Nobody knows who that is.
However, we do have Palace 1. So technically, it could still be in Maze Island. In Palace 1, but in Maze Island.
No,
I
we'll
think
see.
that counts, right?
I'll give it to you.
Okay. Thank you.
We'll see what we got, though. Digshake's going to make lefts and arrive upon the item room. Jackimus is just going to go right. He's 1232 out of 1560. So I don't know if he's looking to just finish this off and get his level, or get this level and then try to find the boss and get 2 levels in one before he searches to make it just a little bit easier. But certainly, oh boy, there you go.
And there it is.
So no awkward puzzle here.
Nope, not really. Pretty straightforward. We have Reflect. We have Thunder.
Fairy boots.
And we have the glove. So Digshake is full on Digshake right now.
The only stumbling block we have, and both runners have, 8 magic containers, so I don't know how much of a problem this is going to be, especially with Jackimus at magic 5 with fairy costing 29. But no magic key, and again, fairy costs 29.
Yeah. With all those magic containers, that's nothing. It's got to be a little bit more for Digshake, but he can probably still get 2 casts, which is more than enough.
Yeah, I'll try to make sure I look next time. He did pick up a key, but it was right in front of him, so.
Yeah, he'll get another one here on the bridge.
But I need to say, there was a race against Unos last year in last year's tournament. I believe it was, it might have been the final race, where Digshake arrived in the key room, dead end, in Palace 2 without the magic key, but he had fairy, and he instantly up-A'd instead of walking through it. And then later on in that seed, he needed a key and didn't have magic for fairy and actually lost time.
Yes, if I remember correctly, that was the item in 4 that you needed to get. But with the amount of fairy casts and keys that were there, you had to take so many deaths to refill yourself that that decision made the whole race. With one less key kept him out of that item.
And you also fell a victim of being short on keys against Unos as well. So keys could, again, play into it even with 8 magic containers.
We see Digshake placing his first gem, taking out Horsehead, and Jackimus does the same to place his third. So don't blink. Now that we have all the things that we need from both of the runners, I tell you what, these palaces are going to fall, and they're going to fall quickly.
Okay, maybe I missed it. Did Jackimus get the glove?
I'm not entirely sure that he did. I'll have to see him pause.
Yeah, I didn't think he did.
Oh, he did not. Wow. That's interesting.
So this could be your Jack Link's Beef Jerky all-in moment of the race here for the first time this year.
Yeah, I would say so. Kind of interesting because it's not a huge time sink to find that item in 1, and I guess he's looking for the Maze Island items first, thinking that it might be there.
Well, with the glove, Digshake's now going to take his chances in 3, and why not?
I mean, you might as well just go everywhere.
Right.
See a palace and complete it, find the most linear palace route.
We have not seen 6, and we have not seen Valley of Death or Great Palace.
Yeah. So clear out those ones you know. I would guess Digshake will probably up A and then clean out the east and then start his search.
Yeah, Jackimus is going to lose a bunch of time here digging out these dollar store items from Maze Island, while Digshake is going to catch up in gems.
Yep, this is going to be the momentum swing for sure. If Digshake can make that jump. Oh, there he goes. He got it. Great room to find as well. That's with the extra keys going into 1 and then 3. There's a lot of ones lying around that you normally would just go in there. So again, even if your magic levels aren't as good, Digshake's at 3, Jackimus at 5. You can still get 2 fairy casts, but now he's probably sitting on about 3, maybe 4 extra keys. So really, don't even have to think about that.
And once he beats the palace on Valley of Death, he'll get a 5-key bonus. Is that still a thing? That's not a thing anymore, right?
No. That was only about a week long where that happened, but that was a lot of fun. That was a good glitch. I think that was... Didn't it have to be Palace 1 on Valley of Death or something like that?
Palace 2, or just Palace 2 in general. I don't know exactly what it was, but...
Basically, when you picked up the boss key in the Valley of Death, it counted as like 7 keys. Which which helped out in a few cases.
No, it was definitely fun, especially if your opponent didn't realize he picked up that many keys.
Oh, I mean, yeah, I think it happened to me 3 times, but the first 2 times I was just like, oh man, I need keys. And then like you look down and you're like, oh, I have 7 keys.
Digshake considered it. He considered going back for some XP, but he then burned gem number 2 out of 2.
He ate it.
That's the
Yeah,
second
he's
one.
he's a little low. But the palaces that he's going through, he should be able to get his way up there.
He's going to go left here because he knows right was the item room.
Yeah, I remember Jackimus was pretty quick in this one, so he'll find Karok quickly. But hopefully he can get out of here with attack 5 would be ideal, but I think he might be forced to take 4 or maybe even eat another gem. Or just abandon his leveling strats and just take whatever you get.
Jack is still on Maze Island here, isn't he?
Yeah, I think he's looking for that one that was close to start. I think if you took that northern path from the entrance, it was right there, and he's looking everywhere else, and not fairy feeding as much as he should be with the amount of fairy casts that he can.
He is also killing everything also on the way.
Yeah, man, that might be part of it too. He wants to get his levels up. I mean, his levels are fine. Unless he really wants that attack 6.
52 is fairy from Digshake, so he can cast it 2 times.
Yeah, that's not a problem. Normally, even if you're in the worst key scenario, being able to cast it twice for life, you should be able to complete any palace.
Jackimus is still gloveless. We know the glove is in 1. It is the palace that is on Maze Island, but after defeating Horsehead, Jackimus decided to bail out of Palace 1 in lieu of finding both items on Maze Island.
Digshake getting intentionally care-rocked right now to get his magic refilled and cast Reflect.
And there's his second item, and there's going to be great disappointment here.
Let's see if he goes back into 1.
I didn't see how many encounters there was until the palace. I might not, but it's quick and easy.
I mean, there was maybe 1 or 2. Yeah, I was right there. Oh man, Digshake forcing himself to farm. He's not going to eat this other gem.
He can't eat 3. I mean, I know Yuno says he's eaten 6 before, but Digshake is not Yunos, let's be honest. He's already lost enough time.
Oh man, he decided against it. He was going to do it, and then he's like, nope, I'm not going to do it.
He's not going to up A. He's going to walk this to Palace 5.
Oh, he's going to go back and... Yeah, I got you.
He's going to walk it to Palace 5. Or he's just going to take magic and up A.
Well, Jackimus is going back into 1, so he will find the glove and be full Digshake, but we'll see if that little... bit of a time sink, just walking around killing absolutely everything in Maze Island. That might have given Digshake the edge that he needed to catch up on those 2 gems that were lost.
Yeah, but imagine the time sink it would have been if he didn't have the, if he was a little bit more stubborn and did not go back into 1 after doing Maze Island and decided to go elsewhere.
Yeah, I'm certainly glad that he went right back in because it was there. But now we're looking at a foot race here. It seems pretty even to me. You just got to route it correctly and place all these gems.
And I'm sorry, I meant walk it to 2 and not walk it to 5 before. But yeah, 47 minutes in, and we're right there. one room away.
Oh, wow, I didn't see that. Digshake actually took Magic 4 instead of holding out for attack.
Oh yeah, he took it right at the gem, and then up.
Oh, okay.
I thought he was going to hang on to it and walk to Palace 2. He might get a bunch of experience there. He's not even going to try it. So Jack, with the prior knowledge of this palace, gets right to the area he didn't explore before and finds the glove required room.
Yeah, Helmet Head should be right here around the corner.
Well, Digshake is going to probably have to search a little bit before he arrives at going this path.
Yeah, it seems like a full clear Palace 2, which is seems to happen pretty frequently, in my experience.
Several areas with 3 options, well, actually 2 options to go, and multiple dead ends in both directions.
But Jackimus taking down Helmet Head, and Digshake's only 2 rooms behind, so right there with him.
So let's talk about this Palace 6 and Great Palace.
Yeah, we don't know where they are. So again, since Palace 7 or Great Palace is in the shuffle, it could be on Death Valley or it could be moved, and it would just be sitting out in the overworld on the east.
One more room for Digshake. I was hoping you would say recorder block. Flute block.
Oh well, I
one
mean
block.
there's still that potential. You never know. You might have to dive into 3 different caves. You know, it might not be easy to get 2.
Jack's going to clean up the last thing over here on this continent.
So yeah, if we don't run into something like this, this is a very straightforward seed, and I would expect the completion time to be around 1:15, probably less.
Although interesting to note, it may not be the last thing, because if there is that flute block, the flute could be here.
That's right. But really hard to see a flute block. How many times have you seen a flute block, Larry?
I think I've only seen it once, and it blocked Maze Island for me.
Yeah, I've seen it one time. It was blocking like Palace 5 or something like that. But again, I mean, I've probably seen over 100 of these. I really don't know. Can't tell you. So very rare.
Yeah, but if not blocked, walking right up to the River Devil and using the flute instead of taking a series of caves and trying to remember which ones you didn't take could save minutes.
Yeah, that's very helpful.
But neither runner is now going to go searching for items anyway, so...
No, definitely not.
So I don't think anybody's going to benefit from that. I mean, the one... No, nobody's going to be looking for items.
Yeah, there's really... Yeah, no need at all. The only thing that you might think about is getting upstab for the potential upstab block, but again, the odds are so low that you might not even think about it. I mean, I know I never do. Darunia is easily my least favorite town, because almost all the time when you find it, you're like, well, I can't do anything here. I'm leaving.
Jackimus arrives at Guma.
Pretty quick.
Let's see how he does with attack 5, life 7. He has no shame. He'll do it. We saw earlier today that, you know, game overs could matter. Deaths could matter. And, you know, it's all time. It's ticking away. So any means necessary. I think you even said that in your chat when you were practicing, when that one guy came into chat and you basically told him, hey, man, be a baby if you need to be a baby, so you don't die.
Yeah, I mean...
Direct quote or not? Probably not.
No, not exactly, but you said something like that.
Marbles, huevos, there was something there. Yeah.
Yeah, pebbles. No, I mean when it comes to Guma, you don't want to game over. You don't want to mess around. Even dying once on him is bad. So I think taking a little bit extra time to do it like this, and keep him stuck in that corner. Hey, there's no shame in that. Whatever works. I mean, if we were going to start talking about that, you'd have to talk about Dark Link. I mean, that's the most obvious discrepancy there. And everybody fights Dark Link that way.
Everyone
Everybody
but Dark
babies
Magician.
out there. Yeah, he's the only. But no, I saw him. He didn't do that the other day. I mean, in a race scenario, he doesn't do it. But normally he does.
A tournament race scenario, he might not do it.
Yeah. I mean, I could probably do it because again, I had to learn how to do that when I first played this game, and I thought that was the only way to do it.
Oh, look at me! I grew up in Chicago, and I had to fight Dark Link the right way. And
Well,
I
I did. I did have to fight Dark Link the right way. Didn't everybody? I didn't know about that strategy until 10 years after I beat the game for the first time.
You know, I don't even remember how I beat this game the first time. I can barely beat it now. Digshake is doing the 2 players 1 controller strat.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, this is more like the figure 8, except he's not doing the figure 8, so it's kind of like a bunch of 6s. This is normally my strategy, but I couldn't do it today. Sometimes the fingers don't work that well.
I understand that.
Because it's so quick, because you have to jump, press down immediately, and then slash. There's not a little big window for error.
Tell you what's going to really hurt Digshake here? Levels.
Yeah.
I mean, he's certainly capable of doing this low level, but racing somebody who has more level and about as much skill in the game, it's hard to overcome.
Yeah, the slowdown might come from, again, your levels are fine, especially once you get through Guma. That's usually your biggest concern. Barba might take you a little bit longer. You have to hit him about 10 more times. Same thing with Thunderbird. Those are the 2 main roadblocks when it comes to damage, because especially in Great Palace, you're not really going to be hanging out and killing things.
No, not at all. And Thunderbird, Dark Link doesn't attack doesn't matter on Dark Link. It's 8 hits no matter what. But we are on the lookout for a 6 in Valley of Death.
Yeah, we're looking for 6 and 7. We haven't seen either, so they're at the same point. They have all the same 5 gems placed at this point.
We did get a peek of the Valley of Death there. It's south of that mountain. I guess you can maybe walk around, and there's the entrance to it. Chances are 6 might be there. Magic Key, Digshake's laughing.
Now he got it in the desert tile.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was going to say, Jackimus going there, I was going to say you might want to check that other area to see the readily available and not have to deal with all those lob encounters. Figure the palace has got to be sitting down there in that corner.
There it is.
And what do we have? Okay. So Jackimus chose correctly in avoiding Death Valley. No backtracking, and Digshake took a little bit of a different path. He may have already ran into that. It looked like he walked straight to it.
Yeah, it's possible.
But, I mean, we are... I mean, if you're talking about close races, take a look. Digshake's only about 5 seconds behind Jackimus here.
And he's going to gain about 25 frames in menuing by not having to select fairy all the time when he's at a door. 26 frames, maybe.
That's true, yeah.
Someone in chat will correct me.
Know how many frames it takes to bring up the screen?
Somebody does. I'm sure of it. Maybe Walter Fopp does.
Yeah, we'll see. I still need to check that out. I only saw like the inaugural episode. Ouch. Both runners finding the item room and opting out.
Yeah, I mean, really, what can help him at this point? The 8th heart container?
Yeah, honestly.
Trophy for the spell that's going to lead you to the 8th heart container?
Yeah, we're just on the lookout for Barba.
Yeah, dead end for Digshake there. And there's Jackimus wasting a little bit of time with the fairy cast. That was about 17 frames.
Yeah, so Digshake's gaining 17 frames at a time.
I mean, what is the option here to up A to arrive at a different area? Did they have to be funneled through this area, or were there options early?
Yeah, I'm not entirely sure. Been looking back and forth, so it's hard to get a grasp.
No, Jackimus finds Barba, and Digshake finds the fairy room in the fairy drop in the opposite direction.
So if he's going to take the same route, again, he won't be terribly far behind. Yeah, because Jackimus was just in here, so...
Yeah, and Jackimus takes a death, so he wastes a little bit of more time there.
Let's say after that death, Jackimus was at exactly 59 minutes.
Death number 2.
Wow. Wow, 2 deaths to Barba. I consider Barba to be one of the easier bosses in the game. He just might be trying to overcompensate and go quicker than normal. Wow, almost did it again there. Pretty much jumped inside Barba's head. I mean, I'm more of a conservative player, but that seems a little reckless. Especially on your last life.
And I'm not exactly... Then there's the game over from Jackimus.
Oh, wow.
And I'm not even too sure he was getting many more hits than just doing like the down stab as you jump stab.
Yeah, I don't really think so either. I mean, that's always my opinion on that fight. You know, if you can do the jackhammer, that's fine. But
if I'm Digshake, I cast Fairy. Just stop trying to make these jumps and just get out of there. Yeah,
I was kind of wondering why he's messing around or why he even got down there.
I noticed that in last night's race too, and maybe I'm a victim of it as well. The too good to use syndrome with jump and Fairy in certain places. He's got the magic key, and he's already seen the room where he's gotta use Fairy.
See, I don't remember Jackimus in here, so I'm thinking Digshake took a wrong turn. Oh, well, no, he's back to that room.
He was also trying to kill that Moa to get this level, because he is hurting on levels. But certainly the Barba kill that he might have in a couple seconds here will get him that level, and then see where he lies.
He did a little bit of a hesitation to cause Barba to not guaranteed spawn in that one, the far right pit.
I found that if you stab to the music and don't scroll the screen, he always spawns in the third pit.
You have to stab to the music?
Stab to the music, yeah.
Is that like punching to the music?
No, it's not like that at all. You have a sword and you stab.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
Jackimus up A's.
Wow. What happened there? So that was just missing the jump? I don't see why he up A'd.
I'm not exactly sure. I was trying to watch how Digshake fought Barba with attack 4. We are just over an hour in this seed, and this is going to be the 6th gem, so... Certainly right now I'd be clock watching against either of these runners. It's a beefy Barba especially would attack for, but Digshake manages it. Slow but steady.
Yeah, there's your difference of, you know, trying to get those extra hits. Doesn't really help if you're gonna have to go through the entire palace again.
He's gonna be 556 entering Great Palace.
Not terrible. Thunderbird might give you a headache if you get a bad pattern on him, but it shouldn't take him more than extra, 30 seconds to a minute for just that attack level. And I don't know if Digshake knows where it is.
I think he does. It was pretty obviously viewable from where you were in that area. But maybe not. Yeah, no, he has to go down and around over here.
Yeah, this is the right way. He knows where it is.
Got Jackimus back at the Barba fight.
Let's see if he is a little bit more conservative this time. Doesn't look like it.
No, this might be the second race today where we have somebody tin cupping it.
Tin cupping it. Yes, that's for all you kids out there. That's a reference to a Kevin Costner movie in the '90s where he was trying to get to the green in 2 shots. Kept hitting in the water, kept going for it. Lost him the tournament, but that was the story. It's kind of a metaphor.
They all know that reference.
Anyways,
you don't have to explain it.
So everybody knows that. All right, and Digshake going into Great Palace at 1 hour 4 minutes into the seed. Let's map it out.
Jackimus did die to Barba there once, but he's got a good handle on this fight. Got a waffle room to start. No mixed small and large enemies, so a lot of these rooms will be a lot easier than they normally are. Some of them will be a little bit difficult, though.
Yeah, waffle rooms are so much easier with that option. I mean, when you get into one of those with 3 Falkers, it can be a nightmare.
Apologies for marking the wrong person with attack Palace 6, but I have corrected the situation, and we got T-Bird 2 rooms in.
T-Bird right away.
Now, it needs to be said, there were no prior options to deviate on your path, so Darklink will not be in the next room. And in fact, we have pretty much most of the generated Great Palace that we can wind up going through. No looping back to before Thunderbird, though.
No.
Every drop will go somewhere that can potentially get to Darklink.
Yeah, I don't know about you, Larry, but I don't like seeing Thunderbird early.
I hate it.
Yeah. It basically just opens up everything because you really have no idea.
4 drop rooms, not knowing which one to go down. Right-hand turns that maybe are not correct. You have to go up and possibly up and left. It's not fun.
But Digshake looking good. It looks like he's going to finish him off on this pass. And attack 5 Thunderbird, not a problem.
We do set up a situation here where, I won't name names, somebody might arrive at the right drop while the other person does not take the drop, and that could be a factor in this race. Coincidentally enough, it was the other runner, Jackimus, who game overed going through the now named Jackimus room, went down in the elevator, game overed, and decided to go the opposite direction the next time he got to that room, and Darklink was in the next room while his opponent went down and looped around forever.
Yeah, always interesting when that something like that can just change the way that you attack it and comes out for the best. But I mean, that's Great Palace. You gotta go right. But I've saved time before when I was. That's another thing about watching the clock. If you see that somebody's finished in a race or something like that, a lot of people finishing quicker than you or taking a long time, is be like, well, maybe I should take a left turn. Seems like everybody else was having a rough time. Sometimes it works.
Yeah, I'm somebody who definitely reads into every little thing. We'll see how Jackimus does here with this T-Bird fight. There's a dead end number 1. I think there's up to 3 of them. Or there are 3 of them. None of them get removed. Up and left.
So yeah, we're linear though. There are no other options here.
There was a left after a down elevator.
Okay, I must have looked away then.
Yeah, that was the second. This is the third of those rooms we've seen so far, where it is now a second left. Now we can take. It was the one. There were two of those rooms before and after the room where you can drop down into. And here's a dead-end room. We can fall into this room. So we've seen two rooms we can drop into now, so dropping is going to be very dangerous. Jackimus takes the fun room after T-Bird. He'll go down, and this is where Buzz, he can go left, is an option that Digshake didn't take.
Okay.
And then right will be the drop room.
I only marked that as a right. So Jackimus obviously going to go right, and he'll have to find both dead ends. As Digshake is going to go back to that left turn because he knows that's the only way that he can go.
No, there's still that same left
Oh,
turn.
jeez, no. Yeah. I already messed up my map. I apologize.
But he finds a room where you can drop down, and he's going to drop down. Jackimus does go left in that room underneath the fun room and finds the Eon room, and he'll go down there. So both runners taking two different drop rooms. Digshake may have loop. Jackimus found a unique room we have not seen yet. And Digshake did not loop.
Wow. Well, that's how you that's how you guess the right drop room right there. Digshake with a full life and shield casted. They'll make quick work of Dark Link. And I believe I did say right about 1 hour 10 minutes. Of course, Digshake always does it faster.
I think he just did a Steve Holt.
Yeah, well, looks like a Steve Holt.
As he did a dot done there. And there's your winner of the race, Digshake, with a time of 1 hour, 9 minutes, 24 seconds. No. Yes, that is right. I don't know why I thought that was tenths of a second.
So yeah, good work for Digshake.
He's feeling pretty good right now. He's bobbing his head. Maybe might be listening to some music. Maybe he's listening to the Australian band Gum.
Have that adrenaline kind of get away from you. I know I get a little bit nervous when it comes to tournament races.
Yeah, I didn't have nerves at all yesterday. Also, didn't say the F word 40,000 times on my stream.
I never. There's no cursing in this game.
I believe I cursed out Dark Magician when he said hello.
Wow.
Yeah, no, it was bad.
It's like a thanks for the host.
Someone followed and it did the Alf who wants a cookie, and I told him to get the F out of here with his damn cookie and leave me alone.
Hey, I always thought that was a good strategy for your stream. Just be completely horrible to everybody who tries to follow you.
Speaking of horrible things, Digshake, how you doing? It's okay, man.
Can I have a cookie?
No.
No. Okay.
That's a near emote, not an emote on my channel. I have the Spice Girls. How you doing? Congratulations.
Hey, thanks.
Yeah, well done, Digshake. You came in faster than my estimated time for what it would take you to finish. So nice work.
What was your estimate?
I said when you guys were finding all the things, I was like, yeah, I'd say this is about 1 hour 10 minutes.
Oh, okay. Well, not that much faster then.
Well, I mean, still.
So
over under.
Before you take us through this, Digshake, with the pitfalls and stuff, I do need to mention that there was the smallest possibility that you not taking or taking the wrong drop room was going to cost you this race. But when you dropped right into Dark Link while Jackimus dropped into a other path.
Oh, really? Was there another drop room in Great Palace? I don't
Right after T-Bird, there was the fun room where you can go down and you can go left. Going left was the Eon room.
Oh, really?
Yeah, where Jackimus then dropped.
Why would you go left? Why
Because
would
he
you
went
go
right
left?
to the dead end and then came all the way back left instead of going up that. Because he might have peeked up and saw it was a left-hand turn, and then went down and decided to just take the long left, I guess. But he went left there, and yeah, there you have it. But why don't you take us through the run? Where do you think? Where was all the fun? Where was all the panic situation happening for you?
Well, it's kind of a sloppy start for me, actually. I lost Palace 2 for a minute and couldn't find Lifetown, so I was a little frustrated at the beginning. But, I kind of got my bearings a little bit. I feel like once I found the raft in Death Mountain, I
What?
played pretty... I'm not saying that.
Oh,
I feel like once I found the raft in Death Mountain, I played pretty well. Leveling was... I don't know. That was just a thing that I struggled with, but it ended up not being a big deal. So
yeah, I'd say it didn't slow you down very much. I mean, the only thing was took Barb a couple extra hits, Thunderbird a couple extra hits, but you didn't have a problem with either of those.
sounds like it must have been a close race for most of it. I don't know.
Jackimus took a game over at the Barba fight. Took 3 deaths to Barba.
Really?
Yeah, and then had to go back, and then halfway through his way back, he up A'd, and we don't know for what reason. I don't know if he died and wanted his lives back. I don't know if Buzz might have think he dropped instead of he didn't make a jump and dropped. But we were watching you fight Barba at that time, and then up A'd, and then he had to go back to Barba again, died again, but then got him on the second time. Got her on the second time.
And then even before that, he just took out Horsehead and didn't go for the item in Palace 1 and was wandering around Maze Island looking for those items. Took him a long time. He was killing everything, getting levels, and ended up having to go back into 1. So a little bit of backtracking there. But he was ahead, I'd say, up until that Palace 1. You got the glove and he didn't get it.
Yeah, I'm not surprised by that at all. I was off to a slow start. I knew I had to be behind.
Yeah, not by much, but, you know.
Well, I can't wait to go back and watch it. I'm still a little salty about those levels. I think I just gave up. I was like, screw it. I'm not getting any good levels out of these gems, and started taking them anyway.
Yeah,
So
it seemed like there's that, I think it was in 4 after you placed it. It looked like you were going to backtrack or something like that, but then you just kind of changed your mind and went back and placed it.
yeah, it kind of felt wrong. I mean, grinding just does not feel natural to me. So I saw that lava room with like 2 small enemies, and I was like, screw that. I'm not. Like, I was hoping there would be like an iron knuckle or something waiting for me, and there wasn't. So I gave up on that.
Well, yeah, I mean, you certainly didn't need it.
It was a fun seed, though, especially that Western Continent. That was top notch. I really enjoyed that. The layout of having to go through the cave and then loop around to get to all the towns that are just chilling up in the corner. That was fun. And then being forced into Death Mountain.
Yeah, it was definitely fun early on as far as, but it was just crazy because we were commenting on it, how both of you guys had 7 heart containers and 7 magic containers, very, very early, where that's a rare thing that happens.
Yeah,
But,
the magic containers especially came in handy because I was able to cast Fairy twice, even though it was a little bit expensive. So
yeah, that was the other advantage that Jackimus had by he had Magic 5 a little bit earlier, so he could get 3 casts of Fairy. But ultimately, you guys didn't really run into any key problems at all, so it didn't really help him or hinder you.
yeah.
There were a few times during that race, Digshake, where Jackimus separated himself from you. And one time where you were going looking for Saria, stuff like that. Buzz, did you mention Palace 1 and Maze Island and the glove?
I did, yes.
Okay. So, yeah, that was another place where it was. But he just kept coming back. Like rubber banding, you'd get back to him. You'd get a little bit of a lead. He'd come right back to you. And you guys were basically like side by side right up until that Barba fight where he was at Barba first, game overed, and then you just you got ahead of him there, and that's how it stayed the whole way.
Well, I remember thinking in as I was entering Great Palace, that like I definitely remember thinking like if Jack beats me, then he deserves it because I felt like I played that one pretty well. I made a few mistakes, but overall I feel like I played it pretty well. So.
So, what was the music of choice that you had in your headset?
Oh, I was listening to some Nine Inch Nails, my all-time favorite band. Yeah, I got to pick something to keep me amped up during races because I do get nervous, but I find that if I put on some very loud, very fast music, that I tend to not be as nervous. So,
I find yelling at friends and new followers to be soothing.
yeah, it's amazing to me you have any followers.
Listen, I don't even think any of the actually were in my chat when they followed me in the last 3 months.
So Digshake, did you plan on wearing the hat, or did you put that on based on something that somebody said?
Well, you're not going to believe me, but I actually started putting the hat on before I heard you say it. But because of Twitch delay, it probably looked like that I put it on because you said that thing. You know,
Sure.
believe what you want, Buzz. I'm not gonna try to convince you. Believe what you want.
Hey, I think that helped out. If your head is about 2 degrees warmer, it does increase the blood flow, and you can route Zelda 2 randomizer better. I'm pretty sure that's scientifically proven.
Yeah. Well, I'm looking forward to this next race, Choke versus Link Sevens.
Choke versus Link, yeah. It's a hell of a matchup. Should be exciting. I mean, we've got a smorgasbord of races coming up tomorrow. Pretty much all day long. I mean, if you want to watch Zelda 2 randomizer all day, you certainly can.
Yeah, that seems to be true.
Well, Digshake, you were joining us on commentary, right, for the next race?
I am, but I need to go take a bathroom break and just kind of decompress a little bit after that race. So I'm going to head out for a few minutes, and I will be back in just a little bit.
All right, bring the microphone.
All right.
So, for some reason, my layouts are linked in OBS, so I have to on Choke and Link's layout. It says Digshake and Jackimus, and I can't change it because it changes the layout here. It's annoying.
Ah, so you can't prep for the one or the other. I gotcha. Yeah, I don't know. I kind of lost track of what Jackimus is doing. It seems like he's just like running around in circles and just can't find that magic drop that he needs.
No, I think he's not going up in that area. He just keeps getting going back to Eon Room.
Since he first went left, he just keeps going left. Having a hell of a time with that blue Fokker. But we know that he's going the wrong way because it's that drop. That's all you got to take, and that's the only thing you can take to get there. I say Digshake seems, with the amount of trouble he's having here, Digshake seems crazy fortunate that he took that one drop there. Because it was just like 1, 2, 3. He was there and done.
What are your thoughts on this upcoming race between Link and Choke?
What are my thoughts? It's gonna be fun to watch. We'll see how. I don't know. We have to ask Choke how many cocktails he's had. I mean, realistically though, Choke is a more of a newcomer. I mean, he knows about the game. He watches a lot of it, but as far as playing and streaming, he hasn't been. He's only been doing that for a month, maybe two, playing this game. He did improve very quickly. Um, everybody who starts out playing this game is going to be over 2 hours almost every time you play, but then all of a sudden you'll hit something clicks and you figure it out. And there was a race that unofficially I joined because it already started. But Choke was only about 3 minutes behind me, so he's capable of putting up quality times. And there we go with Jackimus finally taking that correct drop room. Link Sevens, on the other hand, is he's a veteran. I guess you could say veteran. Been playing this game as long as I've known about it. The story I have with him was when I was first starting out. I remember he was always good, had solid times, and there was one time that I beat Link Sevens, and that was at the point where I finally thought, like, oh, okay, I think I know what I'm doing. I'm starting to get decent at this game now. And there you have it. I guess I should post this. So Digshake in first place, 1 hour, 9 minutes, 24 seconds. And Jackimus, 1 hour, 23 minutes, 16 seconds. So Digshake wasn't even into Great Palace that much quicker, but I mean, if you take the wrong turns, that shows you the difference. It cost him about 12, 13 minutes.
And we're joined
just taking wrong turns.
And we're joined by Jackimus now. Jackimus, how's it going, man?
Not too bad, and you?
Going pretty well. You had a little bit of a difficulty there. Why don't you take us through your troubles there late in the run?
Well, I'm not really sure what happened with Barba there. My D-pad wasn't quite responding the way it normally does. I think you guys might have noticed that I was swinging behind me a lot in that fight and just getting myself killed there. I don't know what the hell that was. Other than that, early on things were going pretty good. I made one really bad decision, and then I was just trying to hurry from there. Like, I went through one, and I figured the item in Maze Island will probably be really quick to find. Maybe that's the glove, and I don't have to come back here. So, well, that ended up being a pretty long Maze Island to find the items there. Weren't the glove. Go back to one, there's the glove. So it's definitely feeling rushed at that point.
Yeah, that was definitely the moment where you did have the lead at that point, and avoiding to find the item in one and kind of looking around Maze Island there, definitely Digshake was able to take the lead at that point.
Yeah, that's pretty much what I figured. I definitely felt like I was ahead at that point, which is, kind of weird because you should almost never feel like you're ahead in a randomizer race, but the first half hour or so just went completely perfect for me, so nothing to really worry about there.
Yeah, you're definitely right. You were ahead making all those decisions, but that slowed down a little bit. But those were the two main points that I had about that run, as far as a little delay finding a glove, but then the troubles with Barba as well. I didn't know if there was anything else that you thought went well or went bad, other than Great Palace was a little bit loopy.
Well, Great Palace, I wasn't paying too much attention at that point. I already saw the dot done from Dig, so it's like, all right, I can kind of pull off the gas pedal a bit here and just have some fun with it there, and in the process kind of forgot where I'd already been.
GG, Jack.
Yeah, good one, Dig. That was, from what I hear, pretty tight most of the way through.
Yeah, absolutely. I got off to a pretty slow start there.
Well, unfortunate news here. Digshake 1-0 is going to be moving on, playing another 1-0 opponent in the second round. Jackimus 0-1. You're going to be playing another 0-1 player, and unfortunately for us, I'm in the mix. Double A's in the mix. Shiner's in the mix. One of Kool-Aid, a Buzz Thunder's in the mix. It can be a rough draw for any of us in the second round.
No, maybe. I guess we'll have to wait and see what happens whenever we draw the next round, eh?
Yeah, I'm
Yep.
definitely going to make sure that I play somebody like Bank Glass Tube. I almost said Joshy D, Buzz.
Yeah. You should have said Josh Ed. I mean, he did lose that one, didn't he? The first one. I still think that he is the loser.
Well, we'll be finding out that out tomorrow late.
Oh,
afternoon.
that's true. Yeah, tomorrow. That's exciting. I would like to see Digshake versus Josh Ed in the next round. I think that would be fun. You'd have to give him an hour head start, though.
Wow, an hour.
All right, Jack. Well, thanks for the raise. Thanks for letting us restream it. Link Sevens and Choke Me I Like It are yelling at me though. They're getting pretty nasty.
Alrighty.
So we're gonna.
Well,
We're ready to go.
yeah, let's see that one happen here now. That'll be good times.
Absolutely, and good luck to you in the next round.